Hello, everyone, and welcome to action from the Global Wrestling Federation. I'm Craig Johnson, and on today's show, you will see the Patriot in action. Also, the Handsome Stranger will have some competition. We'll see a match between the PYTs, managed by Christopher Love, and the Renegade Warriors. Jeff Gaylord will be in action, and we'll see a match involving the Lightning Kid as he takes on Terry Garvin. Plus, in a matchup, it will be Walker and Simpson against the Dirty Davis brothers.
You know something, Walker and Simpson? You got the belts around your waist. You're riding on cloud 9. We're going to take you down to about cloud 1. And we're going to show you exactly why the Dirty Davis brothers will be the Global Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions in the very near future, right, Tom?
That's right. Hey, this better be a title match right now, Walker and Simpson, because we're going to walk right over you, walk right in and put them belts right around our waist where we've deserved, because we should have the respect the people out there recognize Mike and myself as the top #1 team in Global right now, and we deserve to be those world champions.
But it's a non-title match.
You know, you get a new belt. Sometimes you're a little chicken to put it up. Well, boys, by the time we take you, we beat you, we stomp you, we kick you, and we bloody you up, you'll know the Davis brothers are the champions.
We'll have action starting in just a moment. Craig Johnson here with the big guy, the Patriot, and a lot of people going after your title, Barry Horowitz, on today's program.
Well, that's what being a champion's all about, man. These guys line up and they want to take you on, they want to bring you down. They say it's easier to become a champion than it is to remain a champion, and we're going to find out. Barry Horowitz is a great veteran. He's a great wrestler. He's been all over this country, all over this world. So I'm looking forward to it. Anytime I can step in the ring with a great competitor and defend my title, then I'm looking forward to it.
The prestige of a title is something that a lot of men want.
Well, it certainly is. That's why you put the boots on, man. That's why you tape your wrist up. That's why you risk injury. That's why you risk your health so you can become a champion and be successful. That's what competition's all about. Go straight to the top and be as successful as you can possibly be.
There's two ways to identify the man standing two. Am I right? You can either call him the Patriot or you can call him the champ. Either one, you call him one of the top competitors here in the Global Wrestling Federation.
Anywhere that displays the red, white, and blue, the Patriot!
There is the man who wears the red, white, and blue. The Patriot, greeting the fans here at the Global Dome. On our first event, you just heard the words of the Patriot, what it's like to wear the gold. Now having to go against Barry Horowitz, a man who is one of those wrestling nomads who tries to go after any kind of gold he can get, and now going after the red, white, and blue.
I'm gonna hurt you!
The Patriot with a reversal. Leapfrog over top 2 times. And speaking of high flying, oh my! Drop kick lands on target. And a count of 2. Horowitz trying to reverse the side headlock. The Patriot bearing down with what you might call the top guns. Just absolutely powering his way there. And Horowitz wishing the pressure wasn't so great. The Patriot, who hails from anywhere that flies the red, white, and blue. Shoulder block sends Barry Horowitz down. And now back into that side headlock. Don't really know the origin of why Barry Horowitz always pats himself on the back. Maybe no one ever did, so he figured he had to do it himself. A lot of fans pat the Patriot on the back, one of the most popular competitors in the Global Wrestling Federation. Patriot sent into the rope, steps over 2 times, and brings the man from from Tampa, up and over. Now into the side headlock as Horowitz in a pinning predicament, but gets the shoulder up after a count of 1 by James Beard. The Patriot who holds the keys to many cities. Apparently holding the key to this match with a headlock on Barry Horowitz. Adds some power to it. Now Horowitz using the trunks to take him back. Horowitz looks like he's measuring for an elbow, maybe? Yep. The elbow was placed and he used his other hand to put momentum to it. The elbow, the high knee. As Horowitz sends the Patriot down. Rake of the laces. And now into the boot. Horowitz with some momentum here. Gut wrench suplex. Grapevines the leg and gets a count of 2. That would be considered a major upset. Thumb to the eye. Now the Patriot taking some lumps from the competitor from Tampa.
Shut up when I'm wrestling.
Uses the forearm to the jaw. And now snapmare. Horowitz picks up the Patriot. Tries to snap the neck. And now throws his head into the canvas. The Patriot in a bad way here. But no longer. Patriot was looking for an opening. Comes away with a couple of lefts. 3 lefts. Into the ropes and the clothesline sends Horowitz down. Horowitz with a scream of agony, knowing what was coming, the big backdrop. What's he gonna think when this comes at him? The Patriot missile on target. That's all she wrote.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Patriot.
And when we return, we will see the Renegade Warriors against Christopher Love's favorite pair, the PYTs, when we return.
From Pretty City, PYTs.
The PYTs, that stands for Pretty Young Things. Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. They're getting set to take on the Renegade Warriors. Christopher Love says these are the bodies of the 90s. They claim to be from Pretty City. Hitty City might be a pretty good hometown for these two. Oh, my. I've seen less poundage at butcher shops. Christopher Love, always a favorite with the fans. And if you believe me, I have a few things to sell you, like the Brooklyn Bridge. But Rip Rogers already tried that. We are underway as the erotic Eric Fontaine getting set to go against Mark Youngblood. Snapmare.
Oh, so easy.
And oh, please. Checks with the hot body. Go behind, and the schoolboy, good for a count of 1. The elder of the Youngbloods, Mark Youngblood, formerly a member of the NWA World Tag Team Champions with his brother Jay, and then again with Wahoo McDaniel. Going against Erotic Eric Fontaine, who misses with a shot there, but don't look now. Hot body, Erotic Eric. Side headlock. As Eric whips Mark into the ropes. Mark step over on the chop. Had a hunch that Mark wanted to deliver that earlier. Now gets a chop to the sternum and 2 chops to the top of the head. Watch out. Trip by the hot body and an elbow by Erotic Eric Fontaine. I don't know who gave him that name. Only one person I could think of that might. A step over and whoops. Christopher Love trips his own man. Very rarely do you see that. The PYT is having some major league trouble. Drop kick sends down the hot body and kerplunk. Watch out. Hello. Well, the PYTs trying to get their orientation about them. And now, Erotic Eric having some words with Rick Manning. As it's Chris Youngblood ready for action. Boot delivered. But that won't stave off the tomahawk chops, although a rake to the face might. And now Erotic Eric having his problems. Chris Youngblood. Chop! Double tomahawk to the top of the hot body head. And now pulls him over with a go-under suplex. Moves into the side headlock. Fontaine backs him up into the ropes, whips him off. Shoulder block, sends him down. Crossbody missed. As Erotic Eric Fontaine out of the way, tags into hot body Randy Rhodes. Elbow to the top of the head. Double elbows. Planted in by the PYTs. And a count of 2 before a kick out. Chris Youngblood, the younger of the two, started his pro wrestling career at the age of 14 in Mexico. Traveling down there to get some experience. I guess that's where Christopher Love gets the idea that these guys are from Mexico. Just because they wrestle down there, that doesn't make them fake Indians, as he insinuates so many times. Clothesline, that may have gotten the worst of both of them. Chris rolls over, makes it to a knee. So does Erotic Eric Fontaine. Both teams get tags. In comes hot body, and oh, down go the PYTs. Drop kick sends down Fontaine. Rapid fire tomahawk chop sends them both reeling and wondering where the PYTs are going next. This one's going down to the canvas. Scoops him up, sends him down. Here comes from above. Chris Youngblood gets the count of 2, but oh, Mr. Rhodes tried to mess it up. did more harm than good. Floating kick sends down the hot body. Mark going to work on Fontaine. The drop kick sends Fontaine out. Rhodes sent into the turnbuckle by Chris Youngblood. Those, to my knowledge, are the two legal men in the ring. And Love with a trip, holding the leg. And a count of 3, the PYT steal it. Thanks to Love.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, PYT.
Now Chaz has come down to ringside and has said that Christopher Love held the leg in order to get the 3 count. And now Christopher Love has gone in to enter the debate, I guess. And now, watch out! From behind, Chaz attacked by Fontaine. Rhodes has joined in. The Renegade Warriors clear out the PYTs, but not before they jump Chaz from behind. We'll be back.
From Louisville, Kentucky, Terry Garvin.
Terry Garvin out of Louisville, Kentucky, one of the more popular competitors in the GWF. Member of the light heavyweight division. Now we'll get to meet the man who holds the crown at this time.
And introducing his opponent for this event, escorted by manager Tessa, from Tampa, Florida, at 201 pounds, the Lightning Kid.
The GWF light heavyweight champion, the Lightning Kid, with Tessa as the Kid makes almost a demure entrance. Tessa very proud of her kid, her man, as she takes the ring robe off. But for the Lightning Kid, a ring robe is a loud satin jacket. As Tessa makes her exit, but not before a few parting words with the Lightning Kid. We are more and more impressed with the Lightning Kid each and every time we see him here in the Global Wrestling Federation. Unfortunately, every now and then he tends to use some trickery. Terry Garvin knows that side of the track, if you will, but now is reformed and will take on anyone. The Lightning Kid with a few poses for Mr. Garvin, trying to impress him. And now some chain wrestling moves will do more to impress him than that. The Kid posing and didn't realize, hey, take this. Talk about chain wrestling moves. And Terry Garvin with a hammerlock. Snapmare, but watch out. Ow, that hurts just to watch it. The hammerlock held onto by Terry Garvin despite the snapmare attempt by the Lightning Kid. And a foot on the rope will break the hold. Terry Garvin, once a member of the world-class tag team champions known as the Beauty and the Beast. Not talking about what you saw on your screen just a moment ago. Lightning Kid with a right, and now a kick right to the throat. There aren't many wrestlers that can deliver a kick like that. The Lightning Kid. Reversal by Garvin. Step over by the Kid. Step over once again. And misses with a spinning crescent kick. Clothesline sends the Kid reeling. Oh my! Garvin delivering clotheslines like they're going out of style. Into the side headlock. Putting the pressure on the Kid, who has lost a little bit of his momentum from early in the match. Now trying to power his way out and using the hair. And now watch out, this could be a choke. It's a front face lock. Apparently, but it's hard to tell. Garvin fighting out with a series of elbows. But the Kid comes back and delivers the lightning strike. But Garvin apparently is able to get out of it. And over the top rope goes Terry Garvin. Not a DQ in the GWF. Watch out. Here is the Lightning Kid at his most dangerous. Going up to the top. Comes down with a drop kick off the top rope to the floor. High flyer extraordinaire, the GWF light heavyweight champion, the Lightning Kid. Rolls Garvin back into the ring. And now the Lightning Kid misses with a drop kick as Garvin is out of the way. The Lightning Kid loves to have his opponent in that corner so he can deliver the drop kick. Garvin able to get out of the way, but can't stop the barrage, but may be able to do it here. Sunset flip, only good for a count of one. The Lightning Kid, Northern Light suplex, gets a count of two. And now seems to think he has Garvin right where he wants him. The Lightning Kid climbs to the top rope, comes down and meets the sole of the boot. The Lightning Kid with a headache. Terry Garvin shaking out, getting his senses back, and watch out. Spinning body slam. Grapevines the leg, gets a count of two. Garvin sends the Bulldog down. He could beat the light heavyweight champion. Only gets a count of two there. The Lightning Kid misses with a clothesline. Garvin. And now the Lightning Kid trying to escape, unable to do so. Picks him up, sends him down, and sends him out. Let's get the official word from Ron Ames.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Terry Garvin.
Terry Garvin gets the win. Meanwhile, outside, Tessa tends to the Lightning Kid, who still holds on to the belt. The man from the University of Missouri, Big 8 Defensive Player of the Year. Experience in the USFL going against Reno Riggins out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I guess we'll just keep on wondering. Riggins offering a hand of friendship. Apparently he doesn't want to take any chances. But usually when you offer a handshake, you don't put your left hand down. Once again, offering a hand of friendship. Oh, my. Well, it seemed to work for a moment. Riggins Riggins a little upset about that as he explains to James Beard. Jeff Gaylord, a hallowed history in high school football back when he went to Shawnee Mission South. Challenging Reno Riggins to drop back and punt. Didn't work. That one could have gone through the uprights. Gaylord, an All-American in high school, holds all the current bench press records in high school, Missouri State high school records. 480 pounds as a senior. Not bad. And you see how he can set such records as he just kind of flicks Reno Riggins off. Now that, I'd have a look of surprise like that if I met a powerful man like Jeff Gaylord, which I have no plans to do anytime in the near future, at least in the ring. Riggins tried to pick the big man up. This is how you do it. Carry him around and slam him down. Riggins tries to call timeout and claims that he had his tights pulled. Neither Jeff Gaylord nor the fans buy that one. Riggins regains his composure, collar and elbow tie-up. Back to the corner. Maybe a handful of hair by the man from Las Vegas. Shoulder to the midsection. Takes him into the corner. Telegraphed the move. May have hurt the knee a little bit as he went up. And the knee met nothing but the top turnbuckle. Back to the corner they go. Will this be take two? No. Riggins taking no chances there. Okay, so maybe I spoke too soon. And he thinks that he has it all under control until he saw this big tiger arm coming at him. Back in the corner, chop. And now with high velocity, Riggins trying to avoid going over, but still goes over and with enough impact for a count of 2. Double underhook suplex. That was the velocity I think Jeff Gaylord wanted to see out of the backdrop, and he got it there with the double underhook suplex. Now the high arcing suplex. Riggins.
What are you doing here?
We've heard of snake eyes, but never trying to take the eye from an opponent by digging one's finger into the socket, and now using the top rope. Riggins with the right. Trying to take advantage of the daze, Jeff Gaylord. Gaylord keeping his wits about him, and Riggins missing with a drop kick, going down hard, and Gaylord now sends Riggins in for the ride and comes over with a clothesline. Gaylord sends him for trip number 2, picks him up, holds him high in the air, brings him down with a gorilla press slam. Now going up top for possibly the Tiger Leap. No, the drop kick off the top rope. Jeff Gaylord hooks the leg, gets a count of 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Jeff Gaylord.
Jeff Gaylord gets the win on this event in the Global Wrestling Federation. The champs, Chris Walker, Steve Simpson. And this matchup with the Dirty Davis brothers. The Dirty Davis brothers claiming to everyone they're the #1 contenders. They can definitely prove they are the #1 contenders by getting the upset win here. The Davis brothers have wanted a title match, but they have to prove to the competition committee they're ready. Here's Tom Davis locking up with Conan Chris Walker. It's obvious these two guys have seen a few gymnasiums in their day. Burton with more of the Davis with the powerlifting physique, while Walker more the bodybuilding physique, but both of them with a lot of power.
You're not so tough, are you, big boy? Huh? You're not so tough, are you?
And now the challenge by Tom Davis.
You shut your mouth. Hey, I don't think
Has the hammerlock there.
you look like a big booger.
Watch out for the power of Conan Chris Walker, however. Until the hair pull by Tom Davis takes him down. Tom Davis, well versed in the art of Japanese submission wrestling, using kicks and submission techniques, but ever since rejoining brother Mike, become more of the brawling type. Walker, a high flyer out of Atlanta, Georgia, who also uses the power move. There you see a yank of hair by Tom Davis. Simpson upset, Mike Davis rather happy, as one would expect. Still working on the left arm, reversal by Conan Chris Walker. Once again, a yank of the hair, and wow! Sometimes you get a little upset, you do things you don't normally think of doing. Walker was able to get away with it there with the help of the fans. But sometimes you lose your temper. Fans can't blame Conan Chris Walker one bit for that one. Mike Davis straightens out the somewhat short tresses of brother Tom, and now here comes
I'm gonna show you what to do.
the man who some contend is the dirtier Davis brother. Right into the bear hug. Mike Davis figuring a way to get out of the bear hug temporarily, but don't look now. Back into the corner, the tag to Steve Simpson. Davis gets out of the situation, but right back into another one. Simpson going to work on the lower back. Picks him up, and the body slam's not going to help the back of Mike Davis. Simpson with a different tactic as he tries to put the leverage from below rather than from above. Gets the tag into Conan Chris. Tom protesting the tactics, but well versed in tag team wrestling are the tag team champions. And now down at ringside, the team of Hollywood John Tatum and the California Stud, the California Connection. And what business do they have down here as they are both challenging Conan Chris Walker? Recently in the Global Dome, these two teams had a heck of a match. And Mike Davis able to slingshot Steve Simpson in to the top rope. Nothing was settled in that match, and apparently they seem to think they have business being here. So now if Walker and Simpson don't have enough to think about, they have to worry about the team of Tatum and Price on the outside. Watch out, Chris. And speaking of Chris, there's Christopher Love. What is he doing down here? I don't understand what the connection could be here, other than maybe his PYTs want to go after the tag team title. Maybe he's down scouting. Meanwhile, the Davis brothers double teaming Steve Simpson. Simpson has not had to worry about the distraction thus far of the three men outside the ring. Power slam by Tom Davis. Count of one, count of two. And the fans starting to get behind the team of Walker and Simpson. Simpson trying to fight back. Tag to Mike Davis. Wide open is Steve Simpson. And the boot to the ribs is followed up with a forearm to the back of the head. Front face lock. There's the tag. The tag is Chris Walker comes in. But Tom Davis had distracted Rick Manning. The tag will not be allowed. And now, all four men in the ring. Walker taking care of business with a series of clotheslines. The right to Tom Davis, the chop. And a count of three. As the roll-up successful by Steve Simpson. There are your winners. And now Christopher Love claiming a pull of the tights. And now John Tatum and Ron Price, the California stud, claiming a pull of the tights. What are these guys up to? And now, here come Chaz and Terry Garvin to make it an even situation. The PYTs attacking Garvin from behind and Chaz from behind. There are more men in the ring than most battle royals. Tatum working on Simpson. Here come Jeff Gaylord and Gary Young. They come in on the mat. Simpson, Walker, Chaz, and Garvin. But it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men to do it. A lot of men after that tag team championship and want to get it any way they can. But the winner of this match are the champs.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, Chris Walker and Steve Simpson.
We'll be back. Well, there is Louis Spicoli, formerly known as some as Cutie Pie, who does not want to be known as Cutie Pie anymore. As he takes on a man who the ladies may call Cutie Pie, Honey Bunch, and a lot more nice things.
Introducing his opponent at 237 pounds, the Monte Carlo, the Handsome Stranger.
When the Handsome Stranger makes an entrance, you have to allow for a little time for him to greet all his lovely ladies. greets the ladies. It is the ladies he is interested in. A mysterious man from Monte Carlo. All the girls want the roses, but those are saved for the ladies. As the final rose and the final kiss is given out. And he makes his way into the ring. And with one mask off, one mask on, we're ready for action. Thumbs up from the handsome stranger. And we are just now getting over the absolute melee that just took place. 7 men taking on 4. Involving, well, maybe I ought to let the ladies concentrate on this. You're talking about the tag team champions as 3 teams and 1 manager. As you see the handsome stranger showing how it is done. Oh, now. Oh, my. Don't look now. Oh! Obviously, Louis Spicolli had a plan to challenge to a pose down, and the plan almost worked. I repeat, almost worked. And Louis Spicolli now the worse for wear. The handsome stranger, the shoulder block takes Spicolli down. Leapfrog. And the belly to back suplex by Spicolli. Takes a little bit of the breath of the handsome stranger away. The right lands on target. One more time. Spicolli having his luck against the stranger here. The crescent kick lands on target. He'd like to be able to get the quick cover. Gets a count of 2 from John Keaton, the official. Can't quite get the suplex. Tries again, unable to, but the stranger is able to do it. A lot of people wonder who is that masked man, and they haven't been watching reruns of the Lone Ranger. The mysterious mask of the handsome stranger. As the stranger delivers the clothesline. Spicolli with the elbow. Sends the stranger, no, reversal. Spicolli, nobody there. May have come down on his shoulder wrong. As the handsome stranger tried the body slam, now Spicolli will try the body slam. A roll up from behind. A count of 1, count of 2, count of 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the handsome stranger.
Interesting combination as the Lightning Kid goes to work against Rick Guerin, and going to work indeed he does. A kick and 2 rights. Guerin rolls him up, may have to cover 1, 2, almost upsetting the Lightning Kid lightning quick. But that time, no way he was going to get out of the way of that drop kick. The Lightning Kid powers him over as powerfully as the Lightning Kid could. Knee into the midsection. Chop to the chest. Wrenches the arm, now goes into the extended arm bar, and the takedown. Down to the mat. Goes Quick Rick Guerin. One way that Quick Rick isn't so quick as if you keep him on the mat. The Lightning Kid, who defeated Jerry Lynn in the finals of the light heavyweight championship tournament, has been defending the belt successfully. Monkey flip out of the corner by Quick Rick Guerin. Delivers the fist to the top of the head. Picks up the lithe one and puts him down. Hooks the leg, but only gets a count of one as you see Tessa looking on. The Lightning Kid. Oh, you don't go for a backdrop when the Lightning Kid is around because he'll deliver those kicks. Takes Guerin down. The Lightning Kid picks him up. The cloud burst. His version of a power bomb as he goes up to the top rope. The Lightning Kid comes down with a leg drop, lands right on top, and Tessa counts it for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the Lightning Kid.
The Lightning Kid not quite finished until he throws Guerin to the outside of the ring and has his hand raised. Your winner, the Lightning Kid, along with Tessa. As the fans filed out of the Global Dome, two things seem to be on everyone's mind. Number one, the tag team situation. Walker and Simpson in a match against the Dirty Davis brothers. Suddenly Tatum and Price show up. Suddenly the PYTs and Christopher Love show up. Apparently a lot of people are searching for that gold. A man who is searching for the light heavyweight gold is my guest at this time, Terry Garvin. You had a shot at the Lightning Kid, but apparently somebody else seemed to think that it was time to stick her nose in the business.
Well, Craig, you know, it seems like I've paid a little bit of my dues here in the GWF since I've been in. I wrestled some big monsters. I'm not complaining about that. I never back down off anybody. But I know, deep in my heart, I know that any given night I can beat the Lightning Kid. And Tessa sticking her nose in it, I've always said, even when I was on the other side of the fence and I was being the one that wasn't playing by the rules, women don't have a place in professional wrestling, and I still believe that.
This man never backs down. There's no doubt about that, and I think you would probably love to have a rematch against the Lightning Kid.
If they feel like I'm worthy of a rematch, I sure as heck will fight him in any place, anytime, anywhere, Craig. I just want a chance at that light heavyweight belt, and I guarantee you, if I find another one, I'm going to wear it.
You are sure that this man will never give up in his quest for the light heavyweight title. I'm Craig Johnson. See you next time on the Global Wrestling Federation.